Hi, I'm Anna Huthmaker from Huthmaker Violins, and I have a question for you. Listen to this. Not bad, huh? Now listen to this. Better, huh? What did I do? I did a little thing called vibrato. And one of the teachers that watches these videos asked if I would do a video on vibrato, and I thought, this is a great opportunity. Now here's the thing that you have to know about vibrato in general. It's a really big area of discussion. I can't possibly teach it all to you in 5 minutes in this video. So I'm going to start with just a couple of small exercises. If you haven't started using vibrato yet, these are the perfect way to get you going. And one of them does not even need your instrument to start. I want you to understand that basically in the world of vibrato, there's two main kinds of vibrato. That's an arm vibrato and a wrist vibrato. And then some people even do a finger vibrato. For the sake of this video, we're talking arm vibratos. They're my personal favorite because they're big, fat, and rich. And the thing to think about is, like, why do we need vibrato? Here's the thing. If you were an artist and you could only paint with two colors, think how limited you would be. Well, as a musician, if we can not only vibrato, but if we can change it up, if we can make it wider or narrower, or make it faster or slower, then all of a sudden our palette, our choice of colors, of tones becomes, what's that word for there's no limit to what you can do. That's what we want to bring to our music. And so that's why it's so important to practice your vibrato and learn to do it really, really well. Now, the first exercise that I love is the fresh breath exercise. I do this with all my students. It works really well if you have Tic Tacs. I don't have Tic Tacs today. Today I have Mentos. But what you need is like a small hard-shelled box. You can put mints in it. You can put M&Ms in it. You can put rice in it. I don't care. But you're going to take a rubber band and you're just going to attach it to the outside of your hand. And when you put your hand next to your head, like a cellist or a bass player, you're going to do it in rhythm, up and down. Hear that? And what you want is you want this really clean ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And at first it's going to be weird. It's going to make noise and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Take that arm. Now, it's going to drive your family crazy after a few minutes, but that's okay. You tell them you're practicing your vibrato. And in a second, we're going to do this on violin and show you how it works on all four of the string instruments. And you want it to sound like a metronome. Keep your arms straight. It's really important when you're practicing vibrato to have your setup really correct. Your fingers curved, your wrist straight, your elbow where it's supposed to be, even if you're not holding your instrument. So after you've done your fresh breath exercise and you've eaten a few of the mints while you're at it, you can move over to your instrument. You don't need your bow for this one. This one, you're going to put your second finger between two of the strings. And again, remember, nice setup. Don't try and practice this with collapsed fingers, with an arched wrist. It's not going to serve you well at all. Get your setup nice. And I want you just very gently to move your hand up and down in rhythm. A nice wide area, maybe like a foot long. Don't rotate your wrist. Don't allow your finger to drag forwards or backwards. Keep everything moving as one unit. And when you get a little tired of that, you can make it go a little faster and then make it a little shorter. This is like a scrub exercise. You're going scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. This is the movement that's going to become a beautiful vibrato when you're done. Now, so what if you don't play cello or bass? I want you to please meet my Vanna White, my lovely assistant. This is Jonathan. So his name isn't really Vanna White. Jonathan Simon is an amazing luthier. And in all honesty, he's a great cellist. But I wanted him to do the violin part so you can see what it's like for a beginner trying to do this or someone who's kind of new on the instrument.
Yes,
so,
I'm not a violinist.
Jonathan, so before we do the, with the violin, I want you to take this, and you don't even need to strap it to your hand, but I want you to put it out like you're holding a violin, and I want you to move your hand towards your face and away. Okay, now you hear how right now it's like chonk, chonk. It's because he's moving pretty slowly. So now I want you to travel about
A foot?
9 or 10 inches or a foot. Yeah,
Okay.
and I want you to go chunk, chunk. Try that. Ah, that was good. Now, try it without stopping. Cha-chunk, 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 cha-chunk. Excellent. Now, every now and then you'll hear some little piddly sounds. That's when you got a little sloppy with your hand. You want it to be really rhythmic again. Try it one more time. Not bad for a cellist, huh?
It's different.
All right, so let's swap you out.
All
And
right.
let's give you a violin. Put that on your shoulder. Now, some people, when they do this exercise, they'll put a Kleenex under the strings so that your finger moves easily. I'm here to tell you, if you've got a nice setup and you have a nice shoulder rest on, you don't need the Kleenex. I think it's going to be easier without. So you're going to put your second finger just between two of the strings.
Mm-hmm.
We're not grabbing, and I want you to slide up and down for about 6 inches. Now, what you probably can't hear on the video is I can hear him kind of going. He's holding on a little tight, so really try and do it very nice and loose.
Mm-hmm.
And look how gorgeous his arm is. Elbow to knuckles, straight as can be, really relaxed. Curve that finger down, beautiful. Now, do it at just a little bit smoother rhythm. Chun, 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 chun. Excellent, very nice, nice job. So that's 2 exercises that will get you started. I want you to try them both, and then when you get back to school to visit your teacher, have them look at you and make sure your setup is really good and everything. If you have any questions, you can always call me. I'm Anna Huthmaker at Huthmaker Violins, and I love talking about vibratos. Next time you go back to school, though, don't forget to thank your teacher for all the hard work they're putting into helping you learn at home. Thank you so much.
Thank your teacher.
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
Now go practice that vibrato.
I'm going to go practice.